Welcome back, sports gamers. It's the Natural with more Madden 19 info for you guys today. Special shout out to Mills Gaming providing the clips in this video. Be sure to check his stream out, it's in the description below. We are taking a look at presentation in Madden NFL 19 today. Last year, they started with showing the outside of the stadiums and the surrounding areas for certain locations. They've expanded this for Madden 19 to include the Buffalo Bills, Chicago Bears, Tampa Bay Bucks, Kansas City Chiefs, Miami Dolphins, the Atlanta Falcons, the New England Patriots, and the Tennessee Titans. They actually scanned each of these stadiums to make them feel as authentic as possible and included iconic parts of them like the Falcon statue outside of the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. The stadiums do look great this year. The sidelines though, they can still use an upgrade. The television broadcast package has been upgraded with 3D broadcast graphics. It's a real-time graphic element courtesy of the Frostbite engine, so it feels like a real NFL broadcast. With this being real-time content, they'll be able to modify the look with lighting and other visual effects for years to come. It also opens the door for more complex visuals in the future, so they can have more dynamic content that is shown instead of having to rely on video content that they had in the past that's static and requires more assets to create variety. So the quarterback's running out, and you saw the previous video and all that. Now they have their own real-time broadcast graphics to replace a lot of that stuff, and they'll actually be able to do more in the future with that. I like additions like this because it's something that's a building block for future games and not just a one-off feature. It will be interesting to see how they utilize this going forward. So now what all of you guys have been waiting for, the pregame and halftime shows, they've created a pregame flow to get you ready for the game with quick cuts of 3D visuals paired with high energy music as the studio commentators set the stage before he sends you out to the stadium come game time. As Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis talk through the in-stadium pregame experience, they will show you this the whole time coming in. A lot of this stuff is not in the early builds of the game, which is why you haven't seen it, but I look forward to seeing how that looks. The updated halftime show takes you around a 3D map as you check in on other games that are in progress, finished, or upcoming in your current weekend franchise. They zoom in from city to city, providing scores and stats, keeping you updated on important games as they relate to your team. Depending on when your game is scheduled, it will show you the final scores or stats, or talk about what's in store for this week's action and the league schedule banner. They will also talk about each game and upcoming playoff races. After the game recap, it will bring you back and show you your own halftime highlights. This is something people have asked for a while, having a more relevant halftime show. It's really going to be interesting to see how that plays out for the online franchise guys. Will it truly be real time if my buddy is playing and franchise we're playing at the same time? Will it update me on his game in real time in the online franchise? I hope so. If so, this will be an awesome addition and a big thing because last year they just had this ticker, but now they have the actual halftime show that ties into that. That's a really cool addition. So now they have the replay camera views. There's two new replay cameras that have been added to the presentation package, orbital and overhead. The orbital camera is an action shot where they ramp down the replay feed, then rotate the camera 360 degrees around the action. It enables them to showcase player authenticity and animations like you would see in a Hollywood action film. Now the overhead camera shoots directly down the goal line to show when the player has broken the line for a touchdown. It's a unique perspective. You get to see the holes in the blocking in a more detailed way, and they follow the player as they dive with a pile into the end zone. So it seems similar to like the pylon camera, but in a different way, just going down the line in the end zone. I mean, that's okay. In addition to the two new replay camera angles, they have added post-play replays for head-to-head games. There is no user-defined camera for those who are wondering. I see people ask that in the comments all the time. Commentary and callback stories will improve the believability of the commentary team, so now they can call back or reference a previous line or topic they talked about early in the game. So like a real NFL broadcast, they're able to craft a storyline through the game or that drive, which gives the impression that the commentary team knows what they've said in the past and are following along with the developments of the stories you triggered while playing. For example, Charles Davis is talking about how an opposing running back was a 1,000-yard rusher last season, and keeping him under 100 yards this game will be key and giving you the best chance for victory. As the game progresses, The commentary team will reference how you are or aren't keeping your opponent away from the 100-yard mark and how it's impacting the likely outcome of the game. The key to this will be how well it works in franchise. If I'm in year 4 and my running back has 1,000 yards rushing last season, will this still trigger? Will it mention even more legacy stats if my quarterback passed for over 4,000 yards in the past 5 seasons? I doubt that, since legacy stats aren't really tracked in CFM yet, but this is a good building block to go deeper in the future, where the commentary team can talk about past playoffs, past years, a player's legacy, a rookie running back you took in the later rounds that turned out to be an all-pro, and those types of things. So this is something that's cool, a good start, but I would love to see them build upon this as well. Well, that's it for today's video. Thanks again to Mills Gaming for the halftime clip. Be sure to drop a like if you like the video, and subscribe and turn those notifications on if you love our content at SGO. This is The Natural. I'm out.
They pull up with ladders, they pull up with bread, go suicide and then joking like boom, or Jared Leto. I be bullying and ghetto, I just be counting the bread, counting the 150, all of the guap, I cannot let go. No, pull up bananas, I be yeah, they snitching.